right, sorry about that. I got a phone call and it turned off my video. All right, so we have 45 degrees. We know that this is a right angle, so that's 90 degrees. Add them together, you get what, 135. Subtract that from 180, and we end up with, again, x equals 45. Next, we're gonna look at the sides. I don't see any, oh, whoops, we're gonna do angles first, my bad. So we have an acute, look for your second acute. Oh, this one is acute because it's 45. This one is right. So you always have two acute angles, but then it's the third one that tells you its name. So this is going to be called a right. And then the second name is by its sides. Now this doesn't have the dashes like number 2 does, but it did put the actual length. So 8 centimeters and 8 centimeters and nothing. So two sides are congruent, and when that is two sides, you call it isosceles. All right, going on to number 4. Find the measure of the angles of a triangle are in the ratio of 2 to 3 to 5. What are the measure of the angles? So you know there are 3 angles of every triangle, and we know that they have to add up to equal 180. So let's kind of start there. We know it's going to add up to equal 180, and we know we have 3 angles, and we're going to add them. So what this is saying is, basically, you could set it a 2 to 3 to 5 ratio, meaning 2 times some number plus 3 times the same number plus 5 times the same number. We'll keep them all in proportion to solve for x. So I'm going to go ahead, add these all up, and I end up with what? 10x equals, whoops, sorry about that, guys, equals 180. Divide by 10, cancel, and x equals 18. But I don't believe that's my question. The question is, what are the measures? So now that you know what x is, if I plug in 18 here, 2 times 18 would give me 36 degrees for the first angle. Now I'm going to plug 18 into this one. 3 times 18 will give me 54 degrees for the second angle. And then 5 times 18, which would give me 90 degrees for the third angle. All right, the last one is, I'm going to jump over to 18, and you can kind of see, move this over a little bit. It says, find the value of x in each triangle. So remember, you need to know what this measure is so you can solve for this. Now, we've been taught that this is supplementary, so this should equal 180 degrees. So 118 plus, let's see, 62. Sorry, doing my math quickly in my head. Yeah, 62. So don't write in your book, but technically this would be 62 degrees because supplementary, straight line, these two should add to equal 180. Now I can add 62 plus 25, which gives me what, 87? And then subtract that from 180 to get x. So I'm just going to write this over here. Number 18, x should equal 93. So if I plug that in, 93 plus 25 plus 62 should add up to equal 180 degrees.